Emily asks, what tasks make you feel like you've actually done something with your life within a day?
Recording.
Recording, hitting render on a video.
Yeah, I feel like recording's like the biggest one for me. I always feel like I could have sat there and jacked my dick for 12 hours of the day. But if I took 2 hours to record that day, I feel like I did something useful.
Yeah, if I get good ass
that.
reactions on Omegle, that feels pretty good. Because those are hard to come by.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Making a good video or even just getting a good recording session in, doing your job always feels good. But even besides that, like just getting up and, maintaining your living area can have a big effect on that, like cleaning up your room or
make your bed.
Taking a shower, even though I haven't showered today. You can probably, I look like a busted fucking Eskimo over here, but
you look cute,
busted
babe.
Eskimo. I think you look great.
Yeah, I guess that, that is a very, what's the word? An answer that is dependent upon who you ask.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube, half of the job is just trying to find ways to keep yourself busy because, like, this job has so much fucking downtime. And, like, you can spend that downtime in a lot of very bad ways for your health and mental health. And
as YouTubers do.
And other things. So I feel like half of what you should be doing as a YouTuber is like trying to find little tasks that make you feel like you're doing shit, even if it's like the most mundane thing ever, like realizing you need ketchup and going to the store and getting ketchup. Like you literally have to do that shit as a content creator, even musicians, like whenever there's downtime, because there's so fucking much of it with those careers that it's like you got to fill it with something useful.
Yeah, and not drugs and alcohol and being lazy
and going after underage people. For fuck's sake,
that
the people in this
one.
job. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's even in the music industry. I feel like that's any like thing where you have like fans, like where you perceive
relationships.
where you like perceive viewers as fans. I feel like any of those careers, if you're like an insecure fucking weirdo, that's immediately where it goes. Is like, I'm going to have coitus with a 16-year-old. Please don't take that out of context.
That was a perfect clip. Nobody was talking over it. F9. Yeah, no, it's actually insane how easy it is to not sext a minor.
Just I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm asking them where the coal is, and, I like to learn how to mine properly, so I like to sext.
True.
Finding ways to fill your time with positive activities.
Like a spin class.
I actually, dude, yesterday, you won't believe this. Dude, yesterday I did Zumba.
Why?
I did Zumba because I was bored. I had nothing better to do. I had literally nothing to do yesterday.
That's a unique level of boredom to do Zumba.
Yeah, that's like, I usually like make my bed or like ask my friends to go out and like do something fun. It's just like Zumba time, baby.
I was like, bro, I want to be more active and eat healthier and just, treat myself better than just, I have free time, so I'm just going to watch YouTube or watch a show or something. So just trying to find stuff to do with my time. So I was hey, Zumba. I did like some Latin Zumba thing.
Oh, bro. To be a fly on the wall when you were doing this?
I was killing that shit, dude. I was killing that shit. I was I'm sore today. It was supposed to be a 30-minute Zumba like class thing. I got to 10 minutes. I was like, bro, I ain't cut out to be a TikTok dancer. I'll tell you that right now.
Kicked your ass.
If the career ever took a downward spiral, I think I could pull through and
renegade.
Shake my ass on TikTok. So
hell yeah,
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
I'd 100% watch that.
Drew asked, longest time without showering.
I know mine. I think
probably a week.
Rookie numbers. When I had an allergic reaction, when I want to say 15, I think it was. I think I've told the story before, where they never found out what I was allergic to. But I was in the hospital for like testing for like 2 weeks straight, and they didn't want to let me go because they thought I'd just go home and die because they were worried it was like something at my house. So the entire like 2 weeks, because I was so like my entire body was inflamed and I was so like itchy everywhere and my skin was so dry that any water hurt. So I didn't shower for like at least 2 weeks. It was probably 2.5, and I smelt horrible.
Whoa.
All I did was sit in the bed, and I sat like this because it was comfortable to have my arms resting. I don't know why. So like I sat like this. It was just constant skin to skin contact. And I didn't have clothes on for the most part because they were like super itchy and they hurt. So I was just sitting there, and right here from my armpit down to like where my fucking nipple is, I could just smell all day, and it was just bad. It was literally the worst part of that. Like it was worse than like being in the hospital or any of the stabby tests where they stab you with like 60 things to see what you're allergic to. Like it was worse than all that. Just smelling my fucking rotting flesh. It was awful.
God damn.
Yeah,
and
don't
recommend. You couldn't shower, or you couldn't like bathe off? Or...
I could, but it hurt so bad that I just was like, I'm waiting until these heal. Cause like imagine having like, cause I wouldn't itch during the day. Like I had the restraint to not itch while I was awake, but when I was asleep, I couldn't control it. I would just fucking itch. And like imagine having like an entire open wound on every extremity of your body and then getting in water. It was just, dude, it was not fun.
Shit.
Yeah, it didn't feel good at all. But they like they had, the nurses would like help out, and they would like basically give you like an equivalent of a sponge bath is the best I could describe it as. But it was like also they'd put like the topical like solutions on it, so it would just like it felt like they weren't even like showering you because you would just get sticky and smell and be gross again. So it was just like actually showering felt pointless too. It was just not fun, not a good experience. But yeah, don't have allergic reactions to things. That's my reaction, or that's my advice to all the goons.
How do I start taking that advice now? Because I'm allergic to everything.
Yeah,
I
don't
just
know.
stop.
Just work on that, man.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Mine was a week, and I remember because I kind of did it for a meme, and I was like,
a gross ass meme.
Well, I was probably 14 or something.
Oh, okay.
14, 15. Right. Yeah, I was still living with my parents, and it was during the summer, which is the worst time to do this.
Oh, yeah.
South Carolina summer too. Oh,
swamp ass
central.
Baby.
Yeah,
that humidity. Let me tell you.
I'm surprised gators didn't move into your ass. Just thought it was a fucking swamp in there.
Just a wasp nest on my gooch. But I did it because I had Call of Duty 4 on my Nintendo Wii, and I was so addicted. And there was like a week.
No way you're addicted to the Wii version of COD 4.
That's all I had,
That's
bro.
like the most embarrassing sentence I've ever heard.
That's all I fucking had, son.
That's worse than the no showers.
One of the most third world sentences I've ever heard.
I feel like I hear a Guatemalan kid say that like today.
I was addicted to that Reflex Edition, boy. That shit was busting.
Well, so what? Did they go down for maintenance, and you're like, oh shit, I smell horrible. I better go shower. It's the only thing that got you off.
No, I'm pretty sure I played that bitch from sun up to sundown and just went to bed and did nothing else for like a week. And then after a week, I was like, because I kind of wanted to, like I guess like a masochist part of me was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this just because like
fuck it.
I'm
gonna smell like shit.
I'm gonna game for a week and smell like shit to just.
Because I can. This is America.
Then you made a career out of gaming and smelling like shit. That's
absolutely.
What I
like yes, sir.
That's when my third eye opened and I knew my calling.
Mine was probably when I had a really bad flu for about 5 days, and then it was the shit mattress flu. Yep. The flu. So I was puking and shitting constantly for about a day and a half, and then I was nauseous for about 4 days, 3 days after that, and then I was so weak and dehydrated that I couldn't drag myself to the shower. So I had a swampy, diarrhea-caked ass mattress. I had puked all over myself, and I probably smelled like a clicker from Last of Us or something. Rotting.
That is nasty.
Yeah, that was probably the lowest I've ever been in my entire life, just as a human. And I was sleeping on I was recovering from the illness on a shit-caked bed. Yes, sir.
That is awful. I'm surprised you didn't get
your
like
immune system.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't just fucking die, like just get
dysentery or some shit.
Yeah. Fucking botulism from your
septic shock.
Yeah, your doo-doo and puke goes into a wound and you just
And then I become a giant shit monster.
Yeet asks, what is your favorite song/album at this time?
At this current
album
time,
is hard.
Album is really hard.
There's a lot of individual songs that I'm really fucking with, like
yeah.
The Summoning, Sleep Token's really good.
Dude, Sleep Token's whole like that little EP they put out. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I've had that shit on repeat the last like week nonstop. The last minute, the minute and a half of Summoning is so fucking dope.
It's
Aqua Regia, super fucking cool. Chokehold's great, like just insane what they're doing right now.
Yeah, super unique. You should definitely check them out.
Yeah.
I don't know what genre to even call them. They're a bit all over the place, but
they do like weird like djenty piano ballads. Like they're all over the place.
Yeah, it's like progressive metal. Then it goes into like some like popish kind of stuff.
Yeah. They're just like
interesting.
They're just like screw it. We'll just be everything. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very fucking cool.
I want to see one of their I want to see one of their live shows because like
they're good.
Like some of their stuff they do I really really like, and then there's some elements that I'm not a super big fan of, but I feel like once I go see them live, then I'll have a different opinion because I've heard their live shows are pretty spectacular.
Have you seen what they like look like live?
I don't know what any of them look like.
So I watched one video of them, and I think it was Resurrection Fest maybe, but they were still small at the time, so they had like no production. You know, they were like an opening band, I guess. So
here, dude,
nothing crazy.
This is usually what he looks like for his shows. The vocalist.
Oh no, I know his costume and everything. Like I know how he looks.
Dude said he hasn't.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He like hardcore. His identity has been leaked, unfortunately, but like nobody knew who any of them were, and they kind of just came out of nowhere, which is really fucking dope. They're crazy. They like a year ago probably had less than 100,000 listeners on Spotify, and right now they're sitting at 1.7 mil.
Yeah, they popped
month,
off,
which is crazy. Like that's an
super
insane
talented.
growth.
Super talented. Just the musical aspect of it, for how they go from some like almost Meshuggah level metal
like
shit
to
like the 1975 or whatever they're called, that like the more poppy kind of stuff or whatever. Like that's no easy task.
No, that is very difficult to do, especially because he has the vocal range to do it all, and the whole band can like kind of suit whatever genre they feel like playing or whatever they want to do. It's super fucking cool.
Yeah, his range is
big respect.
Unreal.
Yeah, his range is crazy. His falsettos are so fucking nuts. But yeah, they're dope. I'd probably say they're my favorite right now, but like my favorite past album was probably Silent Planet's most recent album. That's one of my favorites.
I have not heard them.
Year or so. They're awesome dudes. I love them.
Silent.
I've heard of Silent Planet.
Yeah.
I would say favorite right now for me would probably be. Oh God, it's so hard to pick an album.
Album's hard.
Yeah, album is really tough.
I could name a bunch of singles I'm into, but
yeah.
V by the band Havoc. They're like thrash band out of Colorado. Well, I don't know if they're. I don't think all the guys live in Colorado, but Havoc is a fantastic band, spelled with a K, Havok.
Havoc.
I've never heard of them.
They're very old school. A lot of like Slayer, Megadeth, old school Metallica kind of influence, but with a more modern kind of approach to it, I guess.
That sounds sick.
A lot of shit they do is awesome. Their lead guitar player Reese Scruggs just filled in with Machine Head on one of their runs.
Damn.
And so they're really, really talented, really good songwriting.
Yeah, that's super
I'd definitely
cool.
check them out.
Yeah, no, I definitely will.